Sideline of goal! Lakewood's doing it! They're gonna take! He's gonna bring down 30. Alone with a double kill. Dropping fast. Final points there. He's still alive! Wait, seconds left. He's going one side. He's going a second. He's taking it out. Oh my God! On three! They're all dead!
Welcome back, folks, to the Beyond the Summit studio. We're live here from LA to cast some good old European Dota. It's VPpolar with 2 stand-ins against Cloud9. Ben, Cloud9 are a little shaky right now.
2 stand-ins, but they're looking to knock Cloud9 out in 2 swift games.
Yeah. Game 1 was, it looked like it was going well for Cloud9. They took the first Roshan. They had map control. They were finding pickups with the Beastmaster, and then it just all fell apart, like, suddenly. They kind of wasted the Aegis mid lane, didn't get too much value out of it, and then VPpolar just gank train. Choo-choo.
It was all on that gank on Vengeful Spirit. They're like, oh yeah, we expect them to be out alone. But, I mean, VP just, they were prepared every which way for the outgreed, for the Roshans, for
they
the
just
solo
picked
picks.
it so early. Like, it's kind of like when they picked Drow Visage first, too. I've seen that be punished, I guess, a little bit less so than the Terrorblade, but seems like when Cloud9 started picking Terrorblade, it wasn't always first 2 picks. And all three of their losses have come in their last 4 games. Granted, 2 of those against EG, who were just in beast mode at Starladder, but maybe they just need to be a little bit less predictable with, like, you look at Secret, they'll pick some heroes early, but it's like versatile heroes, you know, like things like Tidehunter, Timbersaw, who can go safe lane farm, can go aggressive, S4 can play it, so too can Fly. Whereas when Cloud9 are picking their cores, they're like cores that pretty much can only be played one way.
Well, I also think that it's not only that their drafts are predictable, it's their plays too predictable too. Like the Dire, they're gonna hone in on Roshan, and then maybe they can just like aggro try with Terrorblade. That would also just switch things up, and then put VP on the back foot at the get-go. But let's see what they go for this game. Will be the EO Necrophos for them. Fada also plays a really impressive mag, surprisingly. I think that was one of the first times that I've seen his mag at Starlight, and it was really, really good.
Yeah, he just played it so rarely, historically. We saw a lot of Dragon Knight, Troll, Puck from him. Those were probably 3 of his main ones, but
Brewmaster.
yeah, Brew as well.
Puck. Oh, yeah, I think you said Puck. Yeah, but, I mean,
Not much.
his Magnus is definitely up there.
It's not an easy mag game, though. Up against a Razor, Tidehunter. Like, you RP the Tide, he's still going to get to Ravage, most likely. Maybe Necrophos can make that not the case, but you got a lane against a Razor, potentially. Good news is they got the Wisp, so lots of economy potential here. They can stack the jungle, play a little greedy.
So VP's is pretty open too. Tidehunter very good versus EO, pretty good versus Magnus I'd say too, and also decent versus Necrophos. It's a good laner too, so they're not going to be suffering in terms of lanes. They can also aggro try with a Razor if they want to.
Very flexible draft.
Yeah, they can just go every which way.
I mean, the reason that they get this Razor is because Cloud9 chose to ban Void and Centaur. That is some serious hate for Mag and DK Phobos. Granted, those are like their 2 go-to heroes for both players, so I mean, I think last game Cloud9 probably look and say, you know, we just gave them too much teamfight control, and these guys just are comfortable when they get it.
They really don't like, or they shouldn't play against a difficult to kill offlaner, just because they usually don't devote enough resources to shut them down. And as we saw, DK Phobos had Heart, Blink, Vanguard, and just impossible to kill 30 minutes in.
Yeah, even Mag as the offlaner had the Midas, Mask of Madness, Treads, Maelstrom,
the
free farm Void.
The Blink Dagger came out way too early on a Centaur, and that's one of Cloud9's problems is denying the opponents from the laning phase. They can get a lot out of the laning phase themselves, but if the opposing team plays equally greedy, they're not getting any sort of advantage.
True. Jakira picked up. Okay, this is shaping up to be a very different style. Some pages taken out of EG's book, maybe a little bit from Secret here. A lot of heal, that early push potential. Could be a core Jakira, could be a support. It'll depend on this last pick.
They picked the Shadow Demon almost instantaneously after the Jakira. I don't exactly know why either. I mean, theoretically you can dodge Reaper with it. That's awesome if you have 6 Shadow Demon player. But aside from that, it's I guess, decent versus Magnus too. I like him way more defensively than a Bane though. Bane is like sleep still puts you in an awkward position a lot of time. It's only like 1 second of invulnerability as opposed to
Yeah.
like 2.5. So
The other thing about the disruption is it might not be tough against the Magnus because you RP, then he skewers that hero out. Not always easy to get the disruption ready in time.
it's really difficult to.
It's a good reposition ability. Huh. What is the Shadow Demon with here?
Well,
They
they're
need a
gonna
support. There's a
Yeah.
Mirana out there. There's Scarith Mage, I guess. We've seen that.
Skyrush Shadow Demon is pretty poor.
Yeah. What else is there? Sand King if they want to play more of a greedy like team
I
play
think
style.
Sand King would be good for them. They have like
They
huge
really like
AoE
just having those
potential.
blink initiators, or like Void, who's kind of like a blink initiator.
Well, they can also aggro try too. Shadow Demon's also just decent with Razor too. You can static link and disrupt and
Yeah.
just run right on top of them and then right click away. So, Necrophos, not your usual partner with Magnus. So not too much synergy there. They do have the Magnus Jakiro synergy, but at the same time, their safe lane might be a little weak. I don't know how well versed they are in the EO and Necrophos play, but it does have the potential to get punished if VP decides to aggro try or play aggressively with their dual roaming supports, just like last game.
The other support they could have gone for is Rubik. Really good against Magnus. Lots of good spells to steal from Jakiro. And they hadn't picked either support yet. I mean, unless they're running a support tied, but that seems highly unlikely. So, interesting they chose not to go there. Cloud9 will ban out the Sand King I mentioned. Along those lines, there's an Earthshaker, but he doesn't really play the greed game nearly as well. Normally, you pick the Earthshaker, and then someone else is like we saw with Puppy, is the greedier jungler.
I mean, of course, there's Mirana, but she's all right. People like the blinkers versus a Wisp too, so that's an option.
There's
Anti-mage maybe. Anti-mage is actually pretty good too. They don't have any
So
physical
then
damage.
it's support tied if they want to go that route.
Yeah.
Support tied just seems so underwhelming compared to the core tied for the most part.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, this is looking like a secret draft. Aside from, well, I mean, they do run the Magnus once in a while.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a support though. What will they pick last? Shadow Demon. Trying to think of any other potential partners. I really just seen Shadow Demon and Mirana a tons.
Like you said, it was not just that they picked Shadow Demons, like they insta-picked it. So
Yeah.
clearly they had something in mind with it. Just not sure what it is. Soul Catcher is pretty good against Necrophos for the burst damage. I suppose that's one idea that they might have had in mind, but
Yeah. Stacking poison is actually pretty good on him too.
yeah, that's true. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose.
Yeah. They could have picked like an Abaddon too, let's say, instead of a Shadow Demon. If
If they wanted
defensive.
more of a defensive support that's safer as well. About it much more difficult to catch out and burst down. What's it gonna be? There's still Disruptor, who's good at punishing the Wisp play. Go Venge, though. Venge Shadow Demon. Decent roaming combo, I suppose, but
It's alright. It's nothing special.
yeah. I don't know. I was just expecting something a little bit more unusual, just judging by how quickly they picked it, but it's a solid all-around pick. Gives them a reliable stun, so they don't have to blow Ravage or Coil every time they want to try and gank a hero.
I think it's just nice that they picked something aggressive, though. I think it suits much better than the defensive. And Shadow Demon, he used to be one of the most aggressive supports when paired with Ench, but no jungle Ench or Chen's this patch.
Ench is dead.
Ench
We don't
is-
ever see Ench.
Yep.
How many times has she even been picked at 6.82? Like 10? Maybe?
Yeah, it just doesn't really fit the playstyle. Especially with like the brew mids and stuff like that. And it's just
Yeah, these like unkillable tanks that you can't
Mhm.
really gank, can't push out of lane too easily. Beasts. For the name of the game. Alright, Ben, we're into game number 2. Curious to see if this is also a 3-game series, or if VPpolar can make it a 2-0 sweep. The winner of this match will move on to play Team Secret. They'll play the winner bracket finals tomorrow. The loser bracket round 1 game will also be played tomorrow, and that'll be the loser of this versus Team Power Rangers. Took one game off Secret, couldn't close the deal. So tomorrow one team goes home, and we find out one of the teams in the grand finals, and then We're supposed to have our final day of action on November 6th, but because Valve is planning to do server maintenance on the Europe West servers, we're probably rescheduling those games to either the 7th or the 8th, so we'll most likely have one day off. Then, by the time that day is done, we play our loser bracket finals, our grand finals, and we find out who's the second team guaranteed to come to the summit.
They need maintenance on U.S. servers.
Jesus, dude. Oh, my pubs the other day were terrible.
Dude, yesterday Summit NA was terrible.
Just constantly disconnecting, people lagging out, 500 ping, packet loss. Dota's too popular. We need people to stop playing Dota. That's the problem. You guys should not play anymore.
Become spectators.
Yes, everyone needs to spectate so that we can pub. You guys are the problem. Everyone in chat's fault. Alright, here we go, guys. Hopefully not a sign of things to come, but our pause is done with, and we can run through our drafts now. On the Radiant side, Cloud9 trailing 0-1 in the best of 3. Eternal Envy going for that double Rain of Protection build that he so loves. He'll be playing your Necrolite. Handling the Earthshaker will be AUI 2000. Going mid will be Fana on the Magnus. Towards the top lane goes Pylai on the EO with another Rain of Protection. 5 Rains of Protection for this team. This Bone 7 also grabs a double. Somebody's getting married, I guess, on the Jakiro. And on the Dire side, we've got VPpolar, Illidan playing your Razor. Going mid will be DK Phobos on the Puck Mag, the Tidehunter, Abrain, also known as FNG, Stinian is the Venge, and Lil playing the Shadow Demon.
It's strange that EO isn't going the bottle rush that we see so often.
I guess they're planning to side lane her, but she's...
But yeah, even if she's side lane, Wisp isn't supposed to be hit.
Yeah.
But
You're still supposed to go check the runes. That's one of the big benefits of the Wisp.
mm-hmm. So yeah, I still don't really see where the Shadow Demon fits in. That's the really odd pick out for me that I can't really pinpoint why exactly Shadow Demon.
And one big thing is, like, they have no right click really on C9, so the Purge feels close to useless. No big abilities to remove. It's not like you're up against, I don't know, any sort of important buffs that you need to get rid of. It's very curious.
The battle begins.
Not even that many BKB heroes. Maybe Magnus.
Yeah, I mean,
You can
Soul
play Shadow
Catcher.
Demon greedy if you want and just stack the crap out of the jungle max poison, but generally there are just better heroes.
I mean, they could have just picked Enigma
Yeah.
and then just go for the huge team fight combination too. So
Enigma's
yeah.
also really good against Wisp. You relocate, you see that coming, just black hole on top of the spot and potentially get a double kill in the game. There's also Disruptor as another option.
Oh, look at
Deal with the
FNG's
Wisp.
positioning. He's in a prime spot to gank this.
Uh-oh, Pylai dies out front too, but he's got a ring of protection. There's no way they can kill this Wisp. Don't even bother trying.
They're pinging out on him. They
There's
want
no
to do
chance. Don't even waste your time, VPpolar. Oh, maybe they can. Eternal Envy gets surrounded perhaps here. Heather is available, but Eternal Envy drops quickly. Double Rain of Protection or not. He may end up going down. One more auto tech. It's enough. Kill secured.
it. GG ring
Should
of
have bought 3
protections.
Rain of Protections, dude. What's gonna happen then?
Well, he also could have. I don't know if he could have waited with the death bolts and let Pylai take a little bit of damage and go for the double heal.
Yeah.
It might
Oh,
have
that's
saved
true,
him.
actually. That could have been pretty...
Yeah, I think he wanted to cast it instantaneously, but it's not like you're going to have it twice. 8 seconds is pretty long to cast it twice.
Other thing was AUI just wasn't there in time.
Yeah, it was not.
They weren't expecting this much aggression from VPpolar, at least not this early. And now they're also going to look to take over the C9 jungle with Lil. So with that first blood, you know, 500 gold on him, he's going to ward off the camp. Try to slow down these supports, and they'll be forced to protect the Necrolite. It's kind of the downside of this hero's core is you really can't leave him alone against aggression. And they're going to go in again. Pylai caught out of position. I believe he does have a tether back available, and he'll use it. Probably the worst hero to go on in this lane. As long as the tether's up anyway.
Yeah, and Puck versus Mag. I mean, I'm actually surprised they didn't put the Razor in mid. I think Puck's a much better matchup versus the Jakiro. Phase-shifting Liquid Fires. Razor is going to run out of regen at some point, and Razor also does really well versus melee heroes too, such as the Magnus.
Still seems to be doing decently versus the Jakiro so far, but that is only with the level 1 Liquid Fire. At the same time, they rotated mid. This was spotted out by Cloud9. As Mag just chills inside of the tether slow, they try to engage. Big dive from Lil. He may end up going down here.
What is he planning on doing? Like, even if they get the disrupt into a soul catcher into a stun,
He is probably dead. There's a skewer. There's a shockwave. Gets the disruption off. Dodges it. Okay, maybe that's what he's planning. But now Earthshaker comes. So, no plan at all.
yeah, that was just over aggressive by Lil Tesoro.
The other thing was that FNG was not remotely in the neighborhood. He was like chilling here. What the hell are you doing? It's not Ogre Magi. Lil is accustomed to playing that hero a lot, and
yeah, it's no ogre.
Shadow Demon will not be tanking that many tower shots.
Illidan trying to zone out Bone 7 a little bit, but I mean, yeah, he's getting harassed so much, but he is winning in terms of CS.
For now, they room AUI 2000 around. He's going to head towards the top lane, maybe look for a go on Illidan, but now there's 3 heroes in the neighborhood. They've abandoned their offensive tri-lane after good results early. They're not going to keep the pressure up on Pylai Dai. He hits level 3, Eternal Envy doing pretty good in terms of his level progression. And it is the beauty of the Earthshaker pick. If you want to run a secondary support or a primary support who needs a lot of farm, then pick someone else who doesn't. They certainly accomplished that here. So he'll have a good time in the woods. Mag, it does hit level 4. Let's see, any ancient stacks of brew.
Why are they not using smokes? Like, they have smokes available to them, but I think it was the same
They
thing
actually
last
have
game.
one in the inventory.
Yeah, they could have just used it right there and maybe gotten a kill on top.
Instead, they're going to get caught out in the river. Fissure's coming through from AUI. That'll block off one path as Lil heads to the left instead. He'll be okay. Actually skewered up with Fada, hoping that he would head that direction, but he goes the other way.
They also had a haste on Fada. He could have wrapped around with the haste.
Yeah, I think worried about like the disruption rotation and
They don't have enough damage to kill him though. Like, no way. With a haste rune, it's still a level 1 Shadow Demon.
yeah, he's actually walking all the way back to base. Earthshaker's level 1 too, but Earthshaker definitely going to bring more to the table if he's under-leveled. So, for now, it is good news for VPpolar that DK Phobos is just dominating mid. 30 and 8.
Mag getting dove.
Uh-oh. That one more heal auto attack. He doesn't have a salve. Probably goes down to this. It's a level 2 death pulse.
Nah, not
Oh,
enough
close.
damage.
Close.
It's less than a normal Duke.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, if it was level 3, he probably dies there, but not quite enough, so in the end, he'll be forced back to base, and yeah. Anyway, DK Phobos and Razor are farming very well, so still not all bad news for VPpolar. Radiant Courier going to head to the Dire side shop. There is no speed burst spell, but it was already used. Will be scouted out here. DK Phobos orbiting. The Courier's going to head the other direction, and I'll make its way out. Arcane Boots now online. Probably for... Wait, who are those for? Oh, Fada. Yeah, so your Magnus Dow can work towards his blink.
A lot of support sitting mid. I guess they're scared of DK Phobos killing the mag, but I mean, with a haste rune, you just see that as a Vanguard Shadow Team. You're like, oh, not him. Let's kill somebody else, like Bone 7 or EE on bottom. Those are your prime targets, or even the Wisp in the jungle if they can find him.
They're making that rotation now with Pylai Dai and AUI 2000. They have a regen rune ready to be bottled up. They may even go for some more aggressive play. Again, Fada with these haste runes. Permanently hasted, it feels like. Just trolling around with his RP cast. Not going to use it, of course. But things settle down now as we hit the 6-minute mark. Gold lead is going VPpolar's way. Experience also going their way. Mainly just because they're winning these 2 lanes very hard. The mid lane and the safe lane. Quite a CS lead.
You're maybe just waiting for the blink dagger on the puck to tone up the aggression. EO getting very good levels, level 4.5 on the bottom lane, even after that Sentry Ward blocked that initial spawn.
They just abandoned the tri-lane. It was actually a little curious because they were doing very well there, but
Well, they realize they can't get a kill with Shaker.
yeah, they could have maybe shut down the Wisp harder though, but instead they're still getting okay rotations. FNG hits level 3, so he's not doing too bad. Your Shadow Demon catching up nicely, has the smoke ready to go. We might see a jump in mid. There's a coil. He's going to skewer out of it, but Fada will break that coil. Now they orb forward. Silence is there. DK Phobos strikes for the kill. Pylai Dai will rotate in, but doesn't really have the burst to kill off this puck. In fact, well, maybe he does with the spirits. Nope. Heading back the other way. Can't kill off FNG, so they force out a double teleport rotation. They get nothing. This leaves Illidan free to farm the top lane. It leaves your Tidehunter free to get aggressive mid, and it also means the Puck Blink Dagger comes that much sooner. DK Phobos is rushing it too. 1,800 gold. Get ready for some big puck plays. One of the very best heroes to just punish and shut down a Wisp if it snowballs. So squishy. Oh, although, I think I might have jinxed him. No? Able to jaunt out before the skewer. Could have RP'd that, I think.
Going back to the Shadow Demon, I think they could have like led with a 4th pick Venge and then gone into like an AA or something. AA would have been really nice versus the double heal, and it's nice in combo with Coil and Ravage. And I'm not feeling his viability going into the mid game, but maybe Will Sosoro will have some sick disruptions.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there is some big potential with like Necro dodging the Necro ulti. That could be huge, but it's also hard for the Shadow Demon not to get caught this game. There's a lot of AoE, collateral stuns flying around, like your Fissure, your Ice Path, RP, good chase from the Wisp Tether. He'll have to mind his position, and there's not going to be an early Blink Dagger Force Staff for Lil. He is definitely in Struggle Town. Oh no, Pilot Die, this is not where you want to be. Gush, Anchor Smash, dead. Well, the Wisp is... Pilot Die has really struggled this series, Ben. Last game, he was 1-13. He had negative fantasy points, which is very difficult to achieve, actually. And this game was 0-1.
What an accomplishment.
Yeah, achieve, maybe not the right word. Not off to the best start. What an accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, VP's is doing very well in terms of farm on the heroes that they need to get farm on. Necrolite with the early First Blood too, he's a little bit further behind. And going the Atos build, they do have stacks, so it looks like he's doing this nice tri-stack.
He's only got the level 1 Sadist, though, so this is pretty much going to end his monopole.
Doesn't matter. Have Heartstopper.
We'll see. Mag thinks it does matter. No, he's just out of rage for Gosh.
I wonder if Mag got XP for that. I think he did. That was a lot of XP. Still,
Sure
relocate.
is.
I mean, he was level 4.5, like, I don't even know, like 4 minutes ago.
Well, you go back to like when they double teleported mid, that's when Mag really caught up. He's leached some experience now from the stacks, it looks like, and he's actually, I think he outlevels the Magnus. Yeah, he's like a creep or two ahead of the enemy Magnus mid. That's really big.
Yep.
You can ban the Void and Centaur first phase, but you can't ban out all the team fight.
Pilot Eye about to die again.
Maybe he should just stop coming to this bottom lane. Does not seem to be a good place for him. Eternal Envy also in danger. Will get caught out here by DK Phobos. There's no Wisp nearby. In fact, that Wisp just TP top, so Eternal Envy will pay, I think. Heals. Tries to turn this. Not going to happen. At the same time, nothing really happening top lane. Cloud9 are trying to push in mid, but another kill. This one on a Necrolite who's just beginning to hit his stride. He did buy Staff of Wizardry first and a TP. Double TP, so as usual, Eternal Envy, one of the more disciplined players as far as making sure to spend that unreliable gold before he dies.
Yeah, he's very, very good about that. He's all about efficiency.
Still, it's preferable if you're not dying. it's a concern that they just can't keep the Necrolite safe. It's not really good for the Wisp to be over in the jungle because she's so squishy, and
But
DK
now
Phobos could have a big impact now with this blink.
They have relocate now though, so they can turn around Necrolite ganks.
Yeah, he did get a lot of experience. I suppose that's the trade-off for letting Eternal Envy die there. And they do have the Fada blink soon. Not all is bad here in Cloud9 Town. But they are down 4,000 gold. Oh, Jesus. 6,000 experience practically. 5,000 at least. And they're up against the lineup that's about to get some core items. Illidan went for an early reign of health, it looks like. Now back into the point booster.
Dude, the
power
pipe
of
build,
liquid fire.
man. The pipe.
Pipe would be so good this game. Oh my god. Shockwave, all of Jakiro's spells, all of Earthshaker's spells, the Necro heal, Necro ult. It's a pipe game, Ben. I'm sold already.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is a pipe game.
Chances of getting a pipe this game, I think, are pretty small. Just because nobody likes pipe right now.
Why?
Why do they hate on pipe, dude?
I don't know. They like losing. Maybe. I don't know. It's such a good item.
At the same time, I mean, I suppose you, like, for Mag, he is up to 2,200 gold. So you could definitely make an argument for getting his blink, but Razor would not be. And Razor is their one position.
Well, if he gets a pipe, he probably doesn't need a BKB.
For Razor, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It would just make them immune to damage, basically. Like, what? Cloud9 have no right click. They have Empower Necrolite.
Hey, Enchant Totem.
It's true. Although without a Blink Dagger, AUI unlikely to get involved in these fights.
25 int from Necrophos Atos. Boom, 25 damage.
I don't know if that's boom worthy. Is that boom worthy?
No. It's enchant totem 400% is boom worthy.
Well, Fisher's gonna come through. They'll RP onto DK Phobos. Now they relocate as well. He'll orb. He jaunts, and he's gonna make it out. Now bottling up. This could be a complete train wreck. Pylai die. This coil's gonna snap when he relocates back. They've got to get a kill. The Necrophos ult will secure it. But now it's trouble for Eternal Envy. Ravage coming through, just narrowly clipping him. He does have heals ready. Fissure connected on 2. Shockwave also securing a kill. AUI 2000. I don't know how the hell he ended up there, but he'll go down.
He got swapped.
Okay, 2 for 2.
Oh, EE, is he actually going to make it out alive? Oh, Magnus sniped
Actually got
another
the Tide
kill.
Hunter. Fada going hard here in the paint. Did not have a disruption ready. So 3 for 2 at the end.
The Ravage was just way too late. They were like all 5 clumped at the T1. I'm not exactly sure who TP'd in first. I think it was Shadow Demon with the defensive disrupt, but that did not save him.
Yeah, even at the Blink Dagger, just didn't get there in time. So Eternal Envy will live. I believe that completes his Rod of Atos now. Yeah, double Staff of Wizardry coming out. He tanks up. Also, Razor nowhere to be found during that fight. So that was basically 3v5.
He's still farming his motley crew of items.
What is he building? Still hasn't made a decision.
I don't know.
I mean, you can make an argument for the casual Rain of Health, I guess, just because he needs regen versus this Liquid Fire, but it's just such an expensive
It's really expensive.
item to not turn into something.
Casual bottle, I think, is better.
On the Pi bottom lane, but I don't think he goes toe-to-toe here on his own. FNG using that Wave of Terror as Pylai tries to retreat out. He's going to make it. At the same time, mid lane, Fada's gone hard for the tower. It is denied by Lil, but then Lil pays the ultimate price, and a coil again used. This hate for Pylai die. This game, it feels like they're getting the trades, though. Like, they kill Pi, but it comes at quite a cost. And Fada looks for another Blink Skewer, perhaps. No RP ready. Not going to happen.
Oh, Mag going in for the Razor kill. He has RP up.
Oh, see, when you said Mag, I got confused, because the other Mag. But, yeah, the Magnus on the way. Magnosaurus.
Okay, Illidan safe.
Hooray! 3,000 gold. I guess he's going eggs. He's gonna have it now.
Yeah, Egg is alright. As long as he
can
gets
still go
HP.
back for pipe, but let's see if he even opts to go that route. Maybe go straight for the refresher. I guess that's the other main option with this Rain of Hell.
Well, he scouted out Fada, and he's still just...
Skewer. RP's there to follow it up. Then the Macro Pyre layered in with the Ice Path.
He scouted him out with the Plasma Field. The Plasma Field hit the Mag, and he still kept farming creeps. Illidan.
It's just a wild Mag.
Okay.
Did he? Oh, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't buy either. So, Aghanim's deferred slightly.
What is Illidan doing? He has so much CS. He has 100 CS.
He hasn't come to any fights either.
Yeah, like come to any fights, he's
1 and
buying
1 on the
these
Razor.
strange items. He hasn't taken down his tower. He didn't dodge a gank that he saw coming.
At the same time, what is Bone 7 doing? He's way off on his own. Where's the backup, though? They swap him into the tower. Lil rotates through. The puck will come in. Tower dropping low. Bone 7 not going to get it. That will be denied. A series of unfortunate events.
Well, at
for
least he got
several
the
players in
tower.
this game. Oh, no, it's denied by the bench. Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I
but you
mean,
mean at least it died.
Yeah, at least it died. It's good enough.
It's better than just dying for nothing. Illidan setting the bar pretty high here.
Good job, you did something.
You did anything. Congratulations.
I mean, maybe he just goes BKB, but why would you go point booster if you're going BKB? You would just get the Ochre Club first. These questions, Illidan.
There are no answers. Still, though, they are farming well on Mag. They have a really scary late game team fight with double Ravage, Razor with Ag's Refresher. Potentially your Puck. Oh, he's going Midas. Alright. This is one of
Farming
your
game.
favorite items on the Puck. That Puck Midas.
It's alright. It
It's
depends
nice
on the
in
game.
pubs. Haven't seen it too much in competitive.
Well, if Illidan's never gonna fight, then why bother?
Why bother building useful team fight items? Let's see. Is he gonna...
No.
3,000 gold.
Damn.
Oh, okay, there. Eggs is coming.
They double smoke too.
I was gonna say that's a very strange timing to have your eggs gold not spent in smoke, but he did just buy it, so I believe it's the eggs. Yeah. There you go. They're gonna jump on the bottom lane. Pilot already streaming out. as they surge in. Uh-oh. If he sticks around just a wee bit longer, this will be very ugly. Blink, anchor smash, Gush will come through. He'll get swapped mid-tether. That ain't gonna happen. At the same time, though, they lost their puck as DK Phobos went in hard. Or, went down hard. Fada going in on him.
I mean, they still haven't killed EE recently, though.
Good news is he's a Necrolite, not a Terrorblade. But still, Necrolite's pretty scary late game.
Yeah, he is.
There's your X. It does give VPpolar one thing they really don't have, which is push. Like, their lineup is terrible at taking down towers, aside from the Benjara, which is okay.
Yeah. I just don't think this mid game's gonna go that well for them. Like, Necrophos is getting to that point where he's gonna be supremely tanky. Like, if he gets a pipe of his own too, I mean, they can just blow up the Razor, since he doesn't have a BKB. Well,
They might find Bone 7 here in the woods. He's kind of out on his own. DK Phobos with that Midas intel, looking for a jump on Bone 7. They'll coil. Bone 7 has a Yule's TP. He's going to Yule's the puck, TP out, break the coil back to the well, but not enough to get the kill. Barely surviving from that.
well played.
Coil down. Maybe go for Fada here. So puck swap ready, but only level 1. Not gonna get
Oh, he missed the dragon kill too.
relocate on top of FNG, but there's a little backup in nearby. Fissure tries to slow them down. It's not quick enough. Mag has Blink Ravage, but they're too tanky on C9. See, they'll probably decouple here. Yeah, they'll bring Pi back to the bottom lane. VPpolar just very like game 1 was very polished. Game
Yeah.
2 very sloppy.
I don't know what they're doing with the draft, with the Shadow Demon. I don't know what Illidan's doing. It's questionable at questionable at best.
And in the meantime, Magnus will go in. Gets off the RP on the puck, but then the counter-initiating Ravage only hits on AOI 2000. Actually barely clipped Fada, but they at least get the counter kill. They slow down the Earthshaker Blink progression, and they did end up losing their Venge earlier, but that was not in this fight, so slight win for VPpolar.
I mean, the Ravages just haven't been used to that great effect. They should be able to combo like a lot of spells. They coil a couple of people. If they want to commit further, they blink Ravage and get a couple more. But yeah, the way the fights have been going, they're getting very minimal out of their ultimates, and they aren't even going to get any damage on this T1 tower in mid, so they aren't transitioning into anything tangible.
Bone 7 into the tree line. He's got a TP out. They used the Plasma Field very early, so there's no chance of getting vision. Wave of Terror was also off the mark. Don't know if they would have gotten in range anyway.
They lost the tower for free too. Okay.
Tilt mode engaged.
I don't know. It's like they're asleep for this game or something. Who knows? Well, still,
Coffee break.
gold
required.
lead is yeah, past 5 or 10 minutes, just straight C9.
They were up by 4k gold at 12 minutes with an amazing mid-game lineup. Razor, Tide, Puck. Good supports for that stage of the game, and they've just flushed it away.
Yeah, they had the blink daggers, they had everything they needed, and then now Puck transitioned to this Midas build because his team's not doing anything. Tidehunter also. I mean, I don't really think that he's been playing that poorly. I think they should have just grouped up as 5, tried to take towers while Necrophos was still a little bit poor. Now they have blink daggers on Magnus and Necrophos. They have the BKB on Magnus, so all these kills are going to be extremely difficult for them henceforth.
It's more just like, it's not like any, like, well, aside from Illidan, it's not like any one individual player played terribly. It's more just the strategy feels a little schizophrenic. You run a Razor, a core that really fights well early as soon as you get something, some sort of tank item early, the BKB, the mech, the pipe, anything. You have your double blinks, and then they just say, okay, we're leading, let's go farm. And let Cloud9 come back in this game. I mean, that wasn't the plan, obviously, but
Yeah, and they have just a
as soon
huge
as you relieve
burst
pressure on
potential.
Necrolite, you can really take advantage.
They just have huge kill potential too with Relocate and Reaper, especially on important hero like a Razor who doesn't have a BKB. Shadow Demon's gonna continue to fall off in usefulness, just because there's no great illusions to make. Like there's no Luna for him or Anti-Mage, PL, anything like that for him to disrupt and actually be useful with the illusions. And no Spectre. I don't know.
I guess if you're VPpolar at this point, you just say, given the way the game's gone, maybe we do try to take it late. We have our Midas Puck.
Let's see. Now they're changing it up. We're like, whatever. We should have done this a long time ago. Let's just do it now.
Right, yeah, right when I'm like, okay, let's switch gears and talk about late game, they decide to push. Okay.
They're smoking around though. Fada and AUI.
They have RP, they have Relocate. BKB up on your Magnus. So the only way they can turn this is really with a quick disruption. They did break the smoke, though. Nice movement there by Lil. Bailing VPpolar out of what could have been a disastrous turn. So they get a tier 1. They get out safely. Pretty damn good for them. They're going to stream towards the bottom lane. They walk into the pit, but it's under a Radiant Ward. Tell me they're going to D-Ward. Yeah, they are. At the same time, Bone7 just TP top. So maybe they get this Roche for free.
Yeah, their Roshan lineup's not very good. No medallion on Vengeful Spirit either.
Do they have? I thought they had one on Shadow Demon.
Do they?
I think it's coming right now. Yeah, there
Oh,
you
okay.
go. Yeah, I guess they're getting the Roche for free, man. Cloud9 not even going to contest this.
Yeah, looks like they are transitioning the late Mag, working on his Refresher Orb. Illidan,
Tide is working on his as well. Looks like quarterstaff.
or by Mag I meant Tide.
Oh, this is going to be a problem all game, isn't it? It was fine in game 1. Oh, there was no Magnus pick, that's why.
Dire's top tower has
What has
fallen.
happened? VPpolar have a pretty good late game lineup. Refresher, Razor, Double Ravage,
Yeah, but they have the Reaper Scythe. Reaper Scythe is, and
the
they
GG
have,
button.
well, they also have like better instant AoE stuns too with Blink RP and Blink Echo. Like they can't really split push. I've seen Puck just completely fall off 35 minutes plus just because they keep getting Blink Echo while they try and split push.
Yeah, and they have to relocate as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. Looks like VPpolar have kind of made their decision at this point.
Yeah, I mean Razor should have gone for Midas at this rate. They should all gone for Midases.
If only it were that easy. I imagine Cloud9 might have played this a bit differently had they seen that many Midases.
5 Midas, man.
If where 1 or 2 isn't enough, just go 5. Misery Dota at its finest. Sometimes it works too. That's the crazy part. Midas Gaming can be scary. You just lose that one fight and then it all falls apart. But not really Midas Gaming status at this point. VPpolar, 25 minutes in. They've now allowed the Magnus as well as the Necklite to eclipse them slightly in terms of farm. They still have a good team fight. They do have a farmed Razor. But it's more just the way the map's unfolding, where Cloud9 are pushing out lanes a lot more. They're ratting into the tree lines. They've got the Wisp relocate threats. In good news, VPpolar do have good wards, and they
There's
have
smoke.
Aegis. This could be the timing window. Swap onto Pylai. He's going to get stunned. Now DK Phobos joins the party, and not even using silence. It was actually on cooldown. Gets the kill. So they bring down the Wisp.
Yeah, they're
Did
always
blow
killing.
the coil at the last
They're always
second there.
killing Pylai though. He's 0 and 5, so he's half of VP's kills.
I don't think they needed to coil that either. He did not relocate. But either way, kill's a kill. Now AUI 2000 trapped on the tree line. He's trying to finish up his Blink Dagger. Doesn't look like anyone knows he's here. And after waiting in the tree line for about
See, now he
3-4
wishes he had that
minutes,
coil.
Tom.
He wishes he had that coil now.
Oh, he actually
buddy.
went back and found the Earthshaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the same time, the Twin-Headed Dragon of Bone 7, he was hiding in the trees for 4 minutes, finally blinked out. Macropyre to Creep Wave TP'd out. There's another Rain of Health on this courier. This is FNG's, so I guess he's going to build the pipe. He's already got a cloak.
Top tower is under
It's going to be a very slow pipe, though.
What's I guess Razor's gonna save
Refresher.
his for I guess
He's going to have a very fast... Oh, is that... Oh, sorry, that's the Tides Perseverance. He's going BKB, it looks like, Illidan. Yeah, he bought the Ogre Club after. Okay, so now he'll probably go Refresher. Your Tide Refresher is not too far off. Maybe they hit another timing window here, Ben, with Double Ravage, Razor, Axe
Yeah.
BKB Refresher, and they just go.
They have BKBs on Necrophos and Magnus, and on top of that they have the Blink Dagger on Earthshaker and just a couple 100 gold or 100 gold. So sure they got their items, but C9 has their items too.
Uh-oh. Pylai could get caught out here. No, never mind that. Lil able to tether over the tree line. Or, not able to catch Pylai tethering over, I should say. But retreat out at the same time. Fada pushing in bottom, and C9 just playing keep away. Don't want to fight against the Sages, but doesn't look like they're going to have to either. Maybe they give up a tier 1 top. But Magnus continues to rumble in.
Dire's bottom tower.
With this tower, Mag will get very close to his Refresher. We'll see. I've learned never to count out a Refresher, Tide, or Magnus, so... too many games where you think it's over, then the BKBs are not used in a timely fashion, or heroes just don't have it on cooldown, or it's 5 seconds, you just wait it out, and then it all falls apart.
T1 for 2 T2s.
Radiant's top
Not the best.
Not the best.
Maybe they get denies out, though. Looks like they will be able to deny mid.
I mean, still, that's just more room for Cloud9 to play around in the trees and do ridiculous things with creep waves and less rotation control for VP. They don't want to be losing towers.
This might be our first kill in a very long time. We're now 28 minutes in. They'll go for the fissure to start. Shockwave to follow. Skewering back. FNG, but he does... Oh, he actually doesn't have mana for a swap. They're forced to blow an Echo Slam as everybody retreats out. Lil on the chase. They got Illidan to use his BKB, though. They need to coil or do something here. Pi and Fada both on the run. The relocate brings them back to safety bottom lane. They blew that Illidan 10-second BKB. And the Aegis now reclaimed. They got nothing for that. Just getting outmaneuvered here by C9, which is kind of what the C9 draft excels at. They also still have RP. They may go back in. Now everyone from VPpolar backing off. Outmaneuvering them, Ben. Too fast.
Mag hasn't really been prepared to counter-initiate any of the fights, too. Not like he could have really counter-initiated on the Razor, but when Razor popped his BKB, they really needed to get something more out of that. Same with Puck. They're just scrambling to find any sort of fight that they can get an upper hand in, or just any sort of fight in general. I mean, Pilot is just straight tanking creeps.
He's got a buckler, teleport scroll. He's going to tether to the left. Not sure if that's quite enough. Illidan with like 2 auto attacks and a plasma field will get this kill. Well, just one. Zap. So they kill the Wisp again. But it's like the Wisp is... It's just everything right now. That's the only kills they're really getting. Sitting at 1 and 6. They've only died 12 times. He's half of their deaths. But it means Eternal Envy's not dying. Fada's not dying. Everyone else is pretty happy.
Looks like Razor and Magnus almost neck for neck in terms of farm. Puck and Necrophos same as well. And Tidehunter winning out slightly over to THD, and that's the big winner in terms of roll by roll net worth breakdown.
Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that pipe, even if it is 33 minutes. Venge closing in on it.
Pipe's ownage.
I actually worry a little bit for Cloud9 if the pipe comes out, even if it's late. There's so much. If they just survive long enough for these BKBs to wear off, then C9 are going to have trouble winning fights from there. And as far as right click goes, Razor is it this game. Rare to say that he's the hardest right clicker in a game at this stage, but he is. He'll have the double BKB. He's going to have a 17-second BKB if he gets off his refresher in the next fight, which is close. Not quite ready. At the same time, the shenanigans continue for AOA 2000, worming his way through the tree line. Illidan gets aggressive here. He'll steal some Radiant Ancients, just keeping his farm up. Mag's refresher online now. We're headed towards late game, Ben. I think it's our longest. It's looking to be our longest game of the day. Everything's been fairly quick so far.
Yeah, looks like VP maybe just trying to stall out for the ages. Cloud9, who knows what they're stalling out for. Maybe mass refreshers or Scepter on Necrophos, something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, what is Eternal Envy building? He's got a ton of CS, but I guess 2300 gold. Okay, I was gonna say he seemed a little underfarmed, but sitting on quite a bit now.
Well, he's been doing neutrals a lot too.
Yeah, he's only 1,000 behind Illidan, but the Puck's now surpassed him. That might is slowly kicking in. They'll look for their jump here on Bone 7 middle lane, but not gonna be able to get in range. I do want to point out that FNG picked up a gem. Pretty risky against the Wisp Necrolite, but this will allow them to maintain map control for the Roche fight, and we do see the graphs finally starting to go back for VPpolar. They're up by 4,000 gold, 7,500 experience. Of course, this is the kind of amount that changes in one team fight if it goes poorly, but for now, the lead is theirs.
Shadow Demon actually has a blink too, so that's actually pretty good to deal with these blinkers of C9.
Yeah, really nice to potentially bail someone out who's getting dove by the Necrophos or Mag.
Or just catch the split pushers.
It's just weird how like we had a flurry of aggression at the beginning of this game, and then last game was constant kills from VPpolar, and this one feels like a much more Cloud9 oriented tempo overall. Very slow, not too many kills, lots of time to think and brainstorm in between fights. Neither team with a real sense of urgency. Seems both are confident in their ideas and their ability to take this late, and we're just gonna have to wait and see who wins.
It's much easier to hit double Ravages than double RPs. So I would give slight edge to VP, especially since 3 of C9's heroes don't have BKB.
Yeah. Of course, there's always the delete a hero from a game function that Necrophos offers. Well, Cloud9 still chilling in the trees. Game number 2 rolls on. If you're just joining us or didn't watch the first game was very action-packed and much more convincing for VPpolar. That was even early, and then they just ran away with it on the back of a few clutch fights. We might see some real action now, though. Mag looking for his way in here. He's got a 4-staff Ravage, but he doesn't have vision. Doesn't want to risk blowing a Ravage at this stage. They need some kills. He'll look for AI 2000 into the tree line. He goes. Oh! He was thinking about it, man, but I don't know if that's even worth the Earthshaker kill to blow a Ravage.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
Not quite yet. Especially when they're so far away from base. If the T2 are down, then like maybe they can consider baiting out his buyback at the T3, but that's just very far-fetched.
The other thing is that they'll have a few minutes on this Roshan now. So with the Aegis on Illidan, they now have his Refresher. Perhaps VPpolar finally go for something, but Cloud9 are going to look to draw them back. They've got the Jakiro here, pushing the bottom lane with Liquid Fire. There is a double Razor open. I don't think Cloud9 are going to be able to base trade this. We'll see, though. They'll try, at least to force a TP. And it seems Cloud9 are going to be successful. The Venge will back off. Mag's into the tree line. Perhaps they're trying to make it seem like they're backing, but not really, as they do leave this Tidehunter top lane. Let's see, who's going to come in? Fada starts with an RP. They've got the counter-initiating Ravages ready to go. Where are they? Aegis is available. Ravage number 1 flies. Fada did not BKB. He gets blown up. Great patience there for Mag. Quick pick off, and now Eternal Envy next on the list. He'll fall 2. That's 2 down for Cloud9. They're crumbling now. 3 will be going down here. It's a triple for Illidan. Still has the damn Aegis. Make it 4. Self-destruction mode initiated. Oh, the only good news is that the Razor ults will be wearing off before they get to high ground, but that is small consolation. Time for a buyback status check. They have it on Jakiro, they have it on Mag, as well as Necrolite.
What
They may
happened?
have to use it.
What happened to EE's name? EE Crumbling.
I don't know, man. Now it's him who's crumbling, not his opponents.
What the heck is EE Real? Is that another anime thing?
Everything's... Do you even have to ask? It's always an anime thing with Eternal Envy.
I'm not sure. I have to ask. Okay, well,
I just assume. Maybe he'll surprise me. They don't want to blow their buybacks. Maybe they... I guess they're going to play it safe. The thing is, this Aegis still has 2 minutes. So they can go back, heal. They actually only used 1 Ravage, so they'll have double Ravage and about 30 to 40 seconds to go.
they can't get back there in 2 minutes, though. Oh, I mean, Cloud9's gonna push that lane out, and then they have fissure blocks on top of that.
That's true.
So,
Unless Cloud9 get caught up. That was really nice by Magdo. Just waits in the trees. You wanted to see if even if they killed the Razor once, they could have potentially come back and still won that fight. I think he had reserved a secondary Eye of the Storm until the end.
it's really important that he didn't die during that first one, too, or else he would have lost his refresh Eye of the Storm, and then he wouldn't have been able to kill the BKB Necrophos.
Uh-oh. Relocate. Looking for FNG top lane. He gets off the stun. That's about it. Eternal Envy still sitting on a big pile of gold. 5,000.
What the heck is he gonna get with 5,000 gold?
If he wanted Ags, he could have it. I guess he couldn't have Ags and buyback.
Oh,
Right
Fada.
now. Hexed out in the river. They're bringing in the Tidehunter. He does have a Refresher Rabbit. Does he want to blow it? Not against the BKB. Blink. Dodging. RP being cancelled. Let's try to steal some damage. We'll blink out to safety at the same time. Lil may get caught out here. Macro Pyre to start. Oh, if he'd gone with the Yules first, I think they get that kill. But they go for the Macro Pyre into Ice Path. Mag BKB is down now for a minute.
Dang, Puck's going Dagon. Screw Scepter. He wants the deeps.
Dagon 3 online.
I
This is
bet.
trouble for a Necrophos, dude. Especially if he doesn't get off his BKB. That burst damage. Or the Wisp. The Wisp is just food. I'm not sure how much I like Cloud9's chances here as this game goes later.
Well, they just haven't really done anything. They could just throw like double ultis on people, but
It's kind of funny, right? Because that's how the game started for VPpolar. They got an early lead, and they didn't do anything. Cloud9 came back into the game. And since then, it's just been VPpolar making moves, and Cloud9 just chilling. The roles have swapped.
Yeah, they're just farming for a mediocre late game.
What's Eternal Envy shopping for? It is eggs in the end. I believe even with this, he should be close to buyback reliable gold, about 1100. Buyback at 1153, so he's most likely going to have the buyback, even with this eggs. Roshan will now they do lose their Aegis, but hey, maybe they just farm Illidan's Eye of Scotty and then go for the Rosh again, and this next one will be Aegis Cheese.
Yeah, he's stacked. They can't kill him if he BKBs in time too, so they have to get like a sick Echo plus sick RP plus a sick Reapers, and that all depends on Shadow Demon not going in with the Disrupt. That depends on Razor not getting bailed out by a Tidehunter Ultimate 2 or a Vengeful Swap. So they have a lot of ways to protect the good old Razor.
And now they get their pipe.
It's over. They won.
GG, dude.
GG.
It's a late pipe, sure, but it's a big deal. There's no right click on Cloud9. Magnus isn't going for like carry Magnus, no Battle Fury, no Daedalus, no Mask of Madness, just standard utility Magnus, but it's not like there's a PA or a Void or some big AoE king backing this up. It's a Necrophos. And the other thing is that, I mean, it used to be that you could still skewer magic immune targets, so maybe they could go for like some skewer into the fountain play, but yeah, if he BKBs, they really have nothing.
C9 may be looking for big plays with a split push on the top, but I mean VP, they're just gonna come down mid, maybe go straight to that T1.
Bum 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 ba bum.
Or T3.
Bum, ba, bum. This is the Death March.
Well, they're pushing top lane right now though, but it's just a Magnus and the Earthshaker.
I mean, they could potentially go clear this tower and then have creeps to the base and just go top, but the other option is just to defend, which seems more advisable given that Roche will respawn soon. I take this risk. Illidan won't lose his first ultimate, but he's still got a secondary.
They're making
one.
a play on him. That's risky.
That is so risky. They have no idea what's up that hill either.
But at the same time, he doesn't have Aegis, so it might not be super risky.
He has buyback, I think.
They have Scepter.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Necrophos is here.
Here it is.
They're going to go. RP, but he got off his BKB. Quick reaction from Illidan. Gank's over, folks. Fada got to run the hell away. They almost got a swap off. He'll skewer back, too.
Dang, Illidan
That
with the
actually could have
plays.
been a big play.
That was huge. Well played, Illidan. Well played.
Item selections might have been a bit dubious early, but the reactions are delivering now. And they're going to find Bone 7 here. Insta-Hex from Mag, who now has Refresher Hex, by the way. So they've got double Hex. Oh, AUI. Why is he getting pinged so much? Did they see him go there?
The creep's attacking him. The creep's attacking the
Oh,
ward.
It's hitting the ward.
Oh,
It's still
man.
in tower vision. Well, now they know where he is. Oh my god.
Awkward.
So, I guess he wanted to put it like right up here, just out of tower range.
Okay, well, here they go without the Aegis, but there is no THD. A very great time for them to push. As long as he gets his BKB off, they should be good.
And the lanes are fairly pushed out. Mid lane all the way at the enemy base. Bottom lane just at the river. Top lane is the most pushed in. Odin will, for this fight, have 11 seconds of magic immunity. So not that much. But he pops his first ult. He does get skewered back. He BKBs right as the skewer's going to end. Actually, there's a swap from Mr. Ab Rain. FNG with the plays.
Jeez.
Delivering. And now Razor's in your house. Cloud9 are up against it. They're going to have to summon some really big plays to turn this around. The Refresher ultimate was used. And now Fada goes in again, but Disruption was there to bail out the Razor, turning this fight perhaps. Ravage number 1. They've let it fly. They still have a Refresher. They have a secondary Ravage. It's 4 dead for Cloud9, getting blown up by VPpolar. Clearing out the middle lane. There's no base raise. Courier even dies. Cloud9 absolutely self-destructing under pressure here. They may lose Eternal Envy as well. He bought back to kill off Illidan's Razor, but he's going to pay the ultimate price. Sure, your Razor can't buy back, but neither can Eternal Envy. Dead for 100 seconds, and they look for racks here. This is one lane. It might be two. 0 buybacks aside from the Jakiro, who's not bothering. Prognosis, very bleak as just casual self-disruption just to push a bit faster. Lil, along with the rest of this ragtag band, are beating their way through Cloud9 right now. They'll buy back of the Jakiro. They do have the Earthshaker. Echo Slam is online, but the pipe's already been popped, I believe. Yeah, Echo comes through. They try to focus on the Venge. It's just not enough damage, Mag. Surviving through this, the Venge auto attacks down one. FNG going hard in the paint, looking for a secondary kill. They'll bring down Bone 7 as well. 2 more deaths. Cloud9 completely off the rails at this point. And Ben, I think that's pretty much
That is
it.
game.
GG.
Pipe wins games.
2-0'd.
Those support has a real that swap by FNG.
And then the disruption as well.
Yeah,
Double big plays.
on the skewering Magnus. Man, big plays, big plays.
And the crazy part is that FNG, I don't think has played any games with VPpolar before this. If he has, I'm pretty sure they're unofficial matches, just scrims or something like that.
Bottom tower is under
And then they don't have Scandal either. They've got 2 standards, and they're outclassing Cloud9, one of the top Western teams.
Not at top form today. I think
No.
they're playing it like Wisp Tiny. I think it's like, okay, it's late game. You're gonna have to deal with this at some point, and you're gonna be scared. But they're not scared of this Necrophos. Like whatever. He has Atos, but how many times did he use Atos?
I'm just not sure if it's quite an Eternal Envy hero.
I mean,
It doesn't really kill structures that
really.
well. It's not like a great rat hero. It is a good ganker.
It's
if
not
you
like
get
a
the
late game time bomb. I think that's
Yeah.
what he does best on
Terrorblade, Naga, Morphling.
Spectre, Anti Mage.
Yeah, we've seen no Spectre since the reworks
Yeah,
of the rubber band.
they played it like a Tiny. I feel like, and it's just
They actually could have gotten Tiny. I don't think he was banned this game.
well, they first picked Necrophos, or they first face picked Necrophos. So.
Yeah. I think they wisped the Necrophos, was that right? Oh no,
Yeah.
I thought they opened with Jakiro Earthshaker.
No, I think it was Wisp Necrophos.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And I mean, what? Sure, I mean Reaper's nice, but not when you have to die back for it. A Reaper Scepter, nice.
It kind of feels like they copy pasted the secret strat, but they haven't really practiced it the same way. Maybe they have, and I just haven't seen it.
You can't copy paste a draft and not know how to play it. That's kind of what it seems like, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, because they're still doing a lot of like classic Cloud9 things, right? The hiding in the trees, the creep wave stat,
The
skipping,
split push, one person dies and other people farm.
But it's like, what are you farming for?
They're farming for a Necrophos that can't do anything.
Also, VPpolar built a pipe, so not just the Necrophos. I mean, a lot of these, it's a very magic damage heavy composition. Like, maybe it could work with the one position Necrophos if they had like a hard hitter mid, but it's got a Magnus mid and an offlane Jakiro.
Yeah, you have to give it to VP though. They actually played it very well, and they didn't get caught out by relocating slot. They didn't get caught out by blink echoes. They positioned themselves very well in team fights. Mag had a really clutch Ravage that caught
top lane,
Aoi.
yeah.
Well, even in mid after the skewer swap, he had a Ravage on to the Earthshaker as he was blinking in. So that was big.
It's just impressive. Oh, they're just going to BKB and double ultimate immediately from the Razor, just absolutely annihilating this tower. Zapping everywhere. They'll go in with RP number 1. Skewer's there, but again the swap! Oh, the plays from FNG. Who said this guy couldn't cut it on Na'Vi? Now they'll chase forward for more. Ravage is there. GG. Cloud9 get absolutely
Jeez.
swamped.
FNG, man.
Beaten out of the game. FNG making all the plays, and I think making his case that supposedly he might even still be a Na'Vi. I don't know. He said like you'll just have to wait and see what the blog post says, but
Man.
I mean, if he was cut,
I think it's worth a second phase ban on that Venge.
Jeez.
Jesus.
yeah, that's true. And the thing is that he was drafted a lot for Na'Vi. but
While I die, rocking the negative fantasies.
It's 2 games in a row. We're gonna do our fantasy draft tonight. Did you know about that?
We need we were talking about doing a
We're
reverse
doing
fantasy.
a reverse fantasy draft.
Pilot
The
I, number 1.
The goal is basically to do a fantasy league, but you want to have the worst score possible. So the safe, boring play is just to like pick players that don't really like play ever, because then they get 0 points. But
What? That's boring.
yeah, I feel like if
You
you
need
do
a
that,
m-
you get flamed.
You need
It's
a
really
minimum game count,
hard. Okay, that works.
or you're automatically disqualified.
Officer, referee Merlini, no mercy.
I have my admin rulebook.
Well, this sets up this sets up our winners bracket now, Ben. It's going to be Secret versus VPpolar in the winner bracket finals, and the lower bracket round 1 will be Cloud9 versus Power Rangers.
Cloud9 just had their off day. I don't know what's wrong with them today.
Fortunately for them, it's double elimination, or they'd be out of the summit,
Mhm.
at least out of the qualifiers. But nobody eliminated yet, guys. Tomorrow we send one team home. We find out who's going to make it into the grand finals. And any closing thoughts here before we pack it in?
Nope.
That's it,
Thanks
guys.
for
Thank you
watching.
for watching. Follow him at Merlini Dota. You can follow me at LD Dota if you'd like. And oh, by the way, check out the G2A.com Trip to the Summit 2 giveaway. I'll quickly show you that. So, it doesn't cost you anything. You just have to like the G2A Facebook, like the BTS Facebook, and submit your name, and then say why you think you should be chosen. One lucky winner, well, not lucky, but one deserving winner, I should say, will come to the summit too. We feed you, we put you up at a hotel, we pay for your plane. All you have to do is, if you're not from the U.S., make sure you have a valid visa and a passport. And
I
you'll
want to
have a
get
great time.
fed.
No, you don't get. You gotta pay, dude.
Wow.
No, we'll feed everyone, even the players, and we have a nice spread too. So, guys, thank you for watching the Summit 2 by G2A.com. European playoff action continues bright and early tomorrow. Same time, same place, same casters, same teams. For now, it's LD and Merlini signing off.
I thought you were going to advertise NA.
Oh yeah, and America's starting soon. So, goodbye.
You got spare game codes or any digital goods? There is a place you can sell them in less than 1 minute. Watch. Go to G2A.com. Click Start Selling. Fast login. Go to My Account and click on Selling tab. Sell new item. Enter name, code, set a price. And done. G2A.com Digital Marketplace. Global selling simplified.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.